This video is designed to help you become an expert in content. You know you need to be an expert in one of the top 4 areas of your rubric for your biography project. This focuses on creating a fictional interview with your scientist or inventor. Let's look at what the rubric says. It includes a fictional interview with the scientist that shows an understanding of first-hand accounts. That means that you're going to need to make it up about your scientist, and it shows that you know first-hand accounts, which means you were there. And since you're creating the interview, that should be easy to do. The easiest way to write up an interview is this one. We can use the format that is written like a play. The person that is interviewing is asking a question, and the scientist or inventor answers the question on a new line with their name in front of the answer. Let's take a look at an example. Here's a fictional interview with Rachel Carson, the environmental scientist. So, Mrs. Suarez is asking the question, and you'll notice that I put my name here, a colon, and then I quoted what I would fictionally ask the scientist. Rachel, when did you start becoming concerned about the pesticides in the environment? Then I placed Rachel Carson on a new line with a colon, and I made up what she would reply back to me if she was talking to me in this interview. Well, as I was working with the Fish and Wildlife Commission, I began getting really worried about what was happening to the number of fish in the local areas. I noticed the numbers were dropping and began to investigate. So you'll notice on this example, I have the interviewer, that's me, firsthand. I have my researcher answering the question that I created, and I use the information that I learned about Rachel Carson while I was researching. Now this is the format, but you need to make sure you think of a few things. Your questions should build upon each other. For my example, the next question might look like this. Here I am. Watching the number of fish dropping would make me nervous too. So then what did you do? As she answers the next question, you'll notice that I built upon her answer, and I'm going to ask another question. You should make sure that you do at least 5 sets of questions that build upon each other. This way you can show off that you know a lot about the person that you interviewed, and you have got a lot of information about what they might say to you when you ask them questions. We define first-hand accounts as being there and using I, us, we, etc. The play format does that right there for you. Think about questions that would be important to know from your scientist and go for it. You want to make sure that these are relevant. You don't want to ask silly questions like, what's your favorite video game? It should be something that goes with what the scientist was interested in as you're trying to get more information from them. Well, it's time to be the expert. Interview that scientist or researcher and get on your way.